My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Elden Ring. We are here on the eastern tableland in the Liurnia of the Lakes with a couple of marked things on the horizon that we've just set out for ourselves as, you know what, this is an obstacle. We could easily go and do a quest at it. Excuse me. I've never seen a carriage... No, I have seen one of those before. That is filled with fire. Okay. Let's take y'all out. Well, that was going to be a lot simpler just a moment prior. Okay, what? Looks like a single jumping R2 will do it. Tough. Take some smoldering butterflies. In fact, one of the reasons that I wanted to kill them was so that I could actually go over here and take these smoldering butterflies. Even more opportunity for our future. Whoop. Okay, just making sure that was actually the death animation and not an attack animation. It's entirely possible that they would have survived with just a tiny amount of HP left, because that's happened to me a lot. Alright, tough. No more of them around here? Alright, let's go and take this thing out. It's just wandering on the horizon. Last time, it didn't seem like it was a unique enemy, but there was a target basically just in the very back of it that if we... No! Let me kill this guy. Alright. You can spread death everywhere you want. And then... Jumping R2. We do one more. Uh-oh. They're getting good poise damage. That could have been tough for us. Go. Okay, so it considers the entire thing to be a single body. It just takes more damage from behind. Fire blossoms and a bunch of smoldering butterflies. Further reinforcing the point that maybe we should be aggressing against them in the future. Just noticed that this was down here, so I'm going to very quickly head down just in case there is a cookbook of some variety in here. Fire spur me, flame cleanse me, smoldering butterfly. Anything else? That was a pretty thorough ransacking right there with no damage taken in return. If it weren't me in this situation, I'd be mad. That is to say, if I were them instead. Crystal bud. Is that for the bolus that remove Scarlet Rot? I think it might well be. Couple more smoldering butterflies. Neat. Now, I've completely distracted myself on the way to the thing that I actually intended this time. Also, hang on. What was that attack? That seemed a bit more aggressive than I've ever seen from the monks before. It's the ruin up on the top of this mountain. So I can trace around the outside as one way to get... Oh, yeah. Or not, but a Trina's Lily is more than enough reward for having done so, or tried at least. And then we have a smattering of other waypoints around here that we can go to too. Some with a little bit more bearing on, you know, an actual target. In particular, this one up here, the Dectus platform rather, honestly should have commanded a lot more importance earlier when I was attempting to go to it and then got distracted. The Second Liurnian War. No victory for the golden nor for the moon. No prize but atonement. The birth of a vow. Perhaps the golden rule? Interesting. Let's go check out this. Looks like a church. Sacred tear, please. Upgrade my blaster, please. We also do see a graveyard here. Oh no. I'm just trying to see, are any of these vistas what we see in one of the remembrances? Homing instinct, no. Nope. Although maybe we just haven't found the painting that matches this yet. I'll pop a squat for a moment. Actually, let's do that here. Oh, I don't know. It just seems like it might be a useful frame. Maybe that one. Perfect. It's less intrusive than the binoculars, at least. Church of Vows. Oh, hello. You're moving as well. But I can't target you, which is promising. And in fact, you are extremely close to a site of grace. And there's an item over here. Yeah, everything here is giving me good signs. Let me put this away. And that. Oh, hang on. And, well. Let me put it on my back. What's up, bud?
You're tarnished, aren't you?
A wee bit.
I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Miriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows?
Was this the site at which the agreement was reached after the end of the Second Liurnian War?
Well, that is a shame. But who can blame you? The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear. It is here, at the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Erd Tree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Renala of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Erd Tree of the capital and the Academy of Rea Lucaria.
That makes sense. Like many wars in this kind of fantastical setting, as well as the time period upon which this fantastical setting is set, yeah, marriage was the end of a lot of wars.
Oh, was there something you needed?
The easiest way to guarantee we're not going to go to war again, we're family
I
now.
would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be. If you find anything of use, you are free to take it with you. Unless, perhaps, you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know.
I love this guy. Show Celestial Dew about Radagon, give a scroll, study sorcery and incantations. Let me begin with taking advantage of the thing he said we could and loot. A gold sewing needle and golden tailoring tools. Let's have a wee look-see at these. Where are we? On our gold needle? No. It's going to be down here. Gold sewing needle. A special sewing needle for demigod attire. One of the tools brought by Radagon when he entered into marriage with Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, and joined the Carrion line. And golden tailoring tools, tools brought by redhead Radagon when he married into the Carrion line. With these, even demigod attire can be altered at a site of grace. Demigod attire. Maybe this will now let me alter my horns? Not that... I imagine there's just like a couple of sites that can be altered. Not really. Sorry, a couple of sites, a couple of pieces of armor that can be altered. Not really that many. Like, I'm imagining like the kind of like flagship armors, like elite knight sets in previous games, things like that.
Is there some?
Yeah, there is something else. I want to have a look at your options here. Carrion Greatsword. Performs a sweeping slash using a magical greatsword. Armed with the spell, sorcerers gain the strength of knights, their loyalty sworn to the moon. One of the sorceries of the Carrion Royal family is that one, and the magic glint blade is an old sorcery of the Carrion Royal family. So the prototype of a sword phalanx sorcery is wielded by Royal Enchanted Knights. Alright, let's have a look at the incantations. Blessing's Boon. Grants a blessing to the caster and nearby allies, gradually restoring HP. Hold to continue praying and delay activation. Blessings once fell like tears from the Erd Tree, and this incantation is but a lingering remnant of that power. So now we can see the two schools of magic in this game, incantations and sorceries, as effectively emblematic of the two houses. We have the Carrion in sorceries, and then we have the Erd Tree represented through the incantations. Not entirely certain how the pyromancies fit in amongst this. The pyromancies in this game being incantations, but clearly being different to the faith vows kind of Erd Tree area. Royal House Scroll. Show Celestial Dew.
Do you possess any Celestial Dew? Then I would like to share my knowledge with you. Concerning the miracle of this Church of Vows, Radagon once cleansed himself with Celestial Dew, repented his territorial aggressions, and swore his love to Rennala. The Order of the Erd Tree and the fate of the moon were conjoined, and all the wounds of war forgiven. This miracle blesses the Church to this day, and so you need only follow Radagon's example to restore any bond, however strained or severed, to its rightful state of harmony.
I see, I see. So that would be our absolution, if we wanted it that way. Let's talk.
My faith does not waver.
I hardly doubt it. You're wearing a Pope hat, my man.
In these grounds
They don't put those upon the frail of faith.
This time, its bounty will not be squandered. If you would be Elden Lord, tarnished,
I would.
I hope that you too will share my faith.
What about this miracle?
To experience the miracle, kneel in the basin at the back and cleanse yourself with Celestial Dew. Absolution will be...
Got it. About the miracle, about Radagon.
You wish to know more of Lord Radagon?
I do.
Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Rennala in battle, he soon repented his territorial aggressions there, and became husband to the Carrion Queen.
Carrion.
However, when Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Rennala to return to the Erd Tree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of Second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Rennala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord.
Strange. Tell us about Rennala.
You wish to know more of Lady Rennala?
Why, yeah.
She is queen, head of the Carrion royal family, and governor of the Academy of Rea Lucaria, the great and beautiful full moon witch. Sadly, her heart was broken when Lord Radagon left her, and then, when the Academy rebelled against the royals, she was locked away in the Grand Library.
Ah, I think we actually... Is that what the Grand Lift of Dectus is taking us up to? The Grand Library? Let me give you the Royal House Scroll.
Oh, what have we here?
Royal House Scroll.
Very well, let us both learn together.
I'll read over your
Heresy
shoulder.
is not native to the world. It is but a contrivance. All things can be conjoined.
I'm healing, just talking to you. What? Sorcery. We now have Glint Blade Phalanx as well as Carrion Slicer, both available. Even among Carrion Soul Sorceries, a notably effective technique. and bestowed upon the enchanted Carrion Knights, who combine this art with their swordsmanship to maintain pressure upon their foes, striking waves of steel and sorcery. None of those giving us particularly new information. I mean, I don't really need to cleanse myself. I don't know if I've made any enemies in the NPC so far, unless I've failed some sort of quest line and that has done it for me. Ah, we've got the blessing of the Erd tree going on. I see, I see, I see. I've heard about this. I'm not being stubborn. I just want you to know that I tagged a bunch of different things before the start of the last episode, and the reason I brought attention to only being able to put down 5 beacons is because I had put down more, and one of them was here, just in Stormvale, just starting to explore this area that now it seems like I'm trying to avoid, but I promise you I'm not. I just remember all of the other ones as having like more direction. But now that we're in the world where people are talking about NPCs who I haven't met because apparently I was supposed to meet them early on and then something went wrong, I'm thinking maybe I should join back to the main storyline for just a second. Let's give it a go. Just a moment. I mean, look, we can leave those beacons up there. It's fine. That's just where we go in the future. Like, here's the longbow effectively drawn around this entire thing, right? The reason we didn't continue persisting into Stormvale last time was because I hadn't leveled up my two-handed weapon enough to have it be worthwhile using. I did not know there was a path out here. Fell calling finger remedy. Well, not too much of a path out here anyway. But nonetheless. Oh, hey. When I said not too much of a path out here, what I meant was I'm lying. What I meant was not that. Let me get some light going on. We can actually check out what this item is, finally. Ooh, fire grease. Well, that's actually worth a damn. Let me hop up upon... No, of course you can't ride Torrent here, which was the problem prior, because that's not a jumpable jump. I see. Which now means I have to escape this building again? No, I'm just gonna jump back up. So I can try and go around, I can try and go through the main area. I don't know, I just feel like I'm gonna get shot down by archers. As we know, we've tried to broach that prior. You're still over there. Recommending we take this side path, a summoning pool directly next to a golden rune for us. I still mistake the summoning pools and stakes of Marika for one another. I really need to stop doing that. Because otherwise I look at something that has a summoning pool next to it and I'm like, ah, I should be on alert. This is going to be a dangerous area for us. Oh, that looks like someone actually standing up on the sides there. At the tip. Right there. That could easily be a body or debris? I'm hearing some slamming of metal over in this area. Blacksmith ahead? Or just... yeah, someone clanking along. Nope. You're a bird, just normal. Wait. Is it when your beak hits the ground? No. Someone else entirely is in charge of those actions. Okay, so that's if I want to call around. Yeah, I mean... I guess we take just a really gentle path through this area at the first. Maybe almost a carefree kind of path, even. Some bolts, should I want to return and fight fire with fire. Ah, no, it is these! Oh, they've replaced their feet with swords. So it wasn't when their beaks would peg the ground, it was when they would stomp their, I'd say feet, but I mean swords. Smithing stone number 3, we like those. It is currently what I'm missing. Stormhawk feather, neat. Honestly, what I would really like is the bell bearing that gives me the ability to buy level 3 and 4 smithing stones, but then I'm going to also need to find a rune farm, so this lets me at least cut out some of the middlemen. Another summoning pool here, should we want it? Ooh! Okay. Bit of an iconic kind of site here on Stormvale Cliffside. Should I mark that? And no, we're just gonna go naturally for it anyway. I should also make sure that I'm constantly checking my heights as well, because those birds have swords on their feet, and birds swoop. It's like a thing that birds do. Sorry, bud. I don't know how all of their, like, quality weapons are much slower than my anchor, but come on. Just got rune run. Yep, that makes total sense. I almost want to try and use some casts to knock them off. But at the same rate, I recognize if I get close to them at any point, game over. Game over, man! Game over! Again, I'll lantern up. I do apologize, by the way, for those of you who were asking for the longest period of time for me to go and collect the lantern. By the time that was a question people had started asking, I was already 2 weeks recorded in the deep. So I knew that I wasn't getting the lantern for a while, but I knew I already had it as well. Hook claws. These actually look pretty sick, but they're going to be a dex weapon. 1000%. Yep. Of course, there's bloodlust build-up as well. Oh, claws come in pairs. Two-handing this weapon will equip it to both. They do have quick steps as well. Weapon worn on the fist comprised of sharp parallel blades, favored by those who lurk in the dark. Lacerations cause blood loss with great effect, bub. Let's roll through a couple of these. Hooray for rolling. No, thank you. Those are the exploding barrels. I've seen them. I've seen them before. We very specifically made sure to collect the ability to craft fire pots, so let me just equip us with those. And fight fire with fire quite literally this time. That was what y'all were gonna do, I see. Got one. Hey, turnabout's fair play, ain't it? Got him. I really like situations like that. That's my environmental kill. Alright, just trying to make sure that I'm not going to stand next to another one and just have something drop down upon me immediately. Throwing daggers. And the abyss, should I want to die. Throwing daggers, should I want someone else to die. This one's locked. Not just from this side, so we're looking for a key. Oh. Key. Centrina's arrows, I believe, in case I want my targets to sleep. We really should just get the misbegotten short bow on the other hand again. I've been thinking about it for a couple of episodes. Why is this not just here? Available for me. Surely there will be better bows out there. But this is fine for now. Yep. Let's try, bud. Ooh. I see you up there, shining out that window. Let down your hair. Oh, okay. The hair is all likely dust by now. I'll have to make my own way up. Okay. What's the easiest way to bait us into a trap? Make me overcommit on someone and then hit me with someone else? Some sort of a prong attack? Or not at all. I'll still happily jump down for these, though. I'm hearing some footsteps, and now I'm worried to stand near anything explosive again. Not that I need to for any long period of time. Yump. Also, just for my own sake, I'll get back up to full HP. I'd hate to only just die to something right now. Yes. Can't escape through that. Is this locked from this side as well? No. Absolutely not going in there just yet. So that's over to the other side, over the other side. I mean, never mind. I guess I am going in there, because it's the only progression I can find. Oh, boy. Never mind. I'm gonna get locked up. They've seen all of my crimes. Ew, buddy. Yeah, that's just bad timings on my part. Honestly, I underestimated the enemy a little. I was pretty sure that because I was getting the single stagger on both of those first hits with the two-handed heavy weapon there, that the third was going to put them down, and I overcommitted to that idea. Ah, well. Not gonna happen again. I mean, I probably could have benefited quite a lot there from just killing that dude before he toots that toot. Guess I'm kind of freewheeling it. Okay. Freewheeling's done so far, so fine. Actually, there is somewhere to drop out to here. Yes, this is gonna be important. The ability not to jump back in there. Hey, I'm gonna knock you down, and then let me. Hehe. They were trying to kick me off the ladder, so instead I decided that they should go down and I would jump atop them. Let's pop that lantern back on. thought I'd already been this high in the dungeon before. Yeah, that didn't really get us anywhere new that we hadn't easily had the ability to access before. Like, if it doesn't do anything for us, it's going to be very difficult for me to assume that I've found the correct path out of here. There's no further down, no. Up and across, and then that doesn't cut in. Oh, I guess this is just one of many layers of access to the outside then. Alright, fine. Let's go in and fight that knight. It's time for Fight Night Battle Royale. The non-copyright infringing Fight Night. Anything I need to do? I think not. Save opening the door and heading on in. Hey, buddy. Rude. Alright, let me get half my HP back, as well as some endurance. His attacks are too quick for me to get a guard breakout on, which I just really wanted to do. There we go. I don't know why that was so important to me to be like that. Brandished Knight Helm altered. Hello? Excuse me? Thick, full set of armor covering the entire body. This helm was worn by knights who, whether by misfortune or misdeed, were forced to abandon their homes. These fierce warriors were each and all accomplished. Perhaps that is why, despite their territorial losses, they were still named knights. I'm not certain what particular alteration has occurred here. And it's definitely not better than my helm. But it's nice to see that things can be altered. Rusty key, right, so you already know where that might lead. I've got a queued up roll there constantly because I'm trying to get away from it just in case. Curved sword talisman, that's almost certainly not going to be worth my while. I mean, there are a couple of strength curved swords. I'm speaking a little loosely there. Enhances guard counters. It is said that a blind swordsman was the originator of this technique, the art of allowing one's opponent to strike so as to leave them vulnerable to a well-timed reply. Funny that should happen after the only time recently that I've kind of tried to force the matter on guard counters. Where was the other one? It's right down here, I believe. Suspect nothing. Alright, I was actually entirely ready to die. It's been a kind of lull so far. I guess save being jumped in that room. Alright. A little bit more fire grease for us. No access to anywhere else we would want to be right now. I suspect this is not going to... Yeah, you can't collect whilst jumping. So that's another please escape the building and figure it out from there kind of sitch. Whoop. This is not our way to do so. That's how we got up in the first place. The one corner I don't thoroughly check. That'll always be the way, though. I'm hearing a lot of squeaking of mice. It's got to be one room over. I'll keep the ear out just for increased audibility of them. Nothing over to that side. We can clear around the front. We can see very clearly already an item over there. And I imagine it's possible that this is going to loop back to the previous area. No. Single mushroom for the pickup. I've been tagged on Twitter in a post that reveals that there are illusory walls in this game that take multiple hits to open. I'm not doing that. It was not multiple as in 2. It was multiple as in 50. Like, speed up the footage in order to make sure you can get it in a single clip kind of situation. I can't do that. I can't do that with every wall I check. I'm going to give them a one and done, and in the future, if there's something very important behind one of them that I've missed, at the point that spoilers no longer matter at all for me, I'll figure it out then. Another piece of equipment? No? Alright, rude. There's no nearby lever, it seems, for pulling that back up. Ah, because that's not really the platform for it, apparently. Let's pull you up. Contraption does not move. Nope, can't make my way out there. Drawstring fire grease. You can add buffs to your arrows now? I thought the whole point of the arrows was them not needing buffs because they had the ability to infuse themselves in the first place. Quickly coats armament, inflicting fire. With the brief. Right. So this is papers. It's a very short buff. Not for the bow though. Yeah, the assassins in this area aren't gonna be able to deal with the amount of ridiculous poise damage we put out. They've got thorns all over their armor as well as their shields. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if one of them attempted to just roll into us for damage. I think on the other side there is a soldier patrolling. Keeping an ear out for their footsteps, where possible. Ah, hello. Could I just wonder if I'm going to have the ability to just throw something directly through there, but the fact that I can't even use my lock-on through that window, doesn't bode well for it. Thank you for the moshi. And then I'm just gonna, as a matter of course, clear the other side as well, just in case. Alright. Onwards and upwards again. I feel like if I'd taken this in earlier game, this would be a lot more of a tense kind of ascent here. Yeah, that's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. Oh well. Golden rune from you, Stormhawk feather. Yeah, a lot more of a tense ascent that would have required more stealth and knocking out the right enemies at the right time, like seeing this opportunity, possibly throwing something through or a spell. But at this point, I think I can just thump my way through. Okay. Don't have the ability immediately to jump over that. Can I with speed? Nope. Even in a crutch? Nope. So, I guess I'm just running along the outside of this? I'm trying to make sure that I stay on the way they're intending for me to approach this. Because otherwise I'm going to get very, very lost very quickly here. I'm going to go check this area out first. Ooh. I mean, there's no clearer path than a shiny to tell me I should go somewhere. For a moment, I thought that was a tail of some giant dragon in the building, but no, it's just a flag. Alright, what's in this building? Hey, stone sword key. Thank you muchly. Sorry, bud. I've heard your type before. Dozing cross-legged. A new emote. I can probably jump onto that railing, but I imagine that my momentum might carry me through to the other side and death. We see the imps down there. For stone sword keys to open a passage. Man. This whole area seems a lot better planned out to utilize jumping than most Souls anythings I've encountered. To be clear, I haven't played all of Sekiro. I've played an astonishingly small amount of Sekiro. I would like to play more of Sekiro. One thing at a time, though. Exile Hood and Lordsworn's Bolt. I do want to see that hood. Worn by soldiers sent to the penal colonies, who were required to keep their faces hidden. Sent to the penal colonies. What does their presence here mean, then? That they've escaped and come home to wreak havoc on those who locked them up? Somehow I don't imagine so. Maybe the royal house was... Ooh. Claw talisman. Maybe the royal house was looking for some untrustworthy types to perform an untrustworthy job for them when they were untrustworthy, unsurprisingly. Let's go to the talisman and check out that claw talisman as well. Enhances jump attacks. The assassins of Ravenmount are killers by trade. They assail their victims while dressed as birds of prey. Not certain I've encountered any of them yet, then. Also, it doesn't look like I would be able to make that jump, right? Right? But if I fail, I don't really lose that much. Doesn't appear to be anywhere clearly that I should drop down to. Yeah, sure, let's give it a go. Got him. Give me some flight pinions. Oh, are we really? Oh, man, I was hoping we'd get something for that. Despite the fact that I saw there were no collectibles over here. I still believed. Don't have the flask right now. Right, so that takes us into the general hall there. Looks like there's a purple in the distance over there. We love to see those. It's just how am I going to get back into the other areas? Because this was the culmination of an exploration line, I believe, right? Yeah. I guess I can drop down. I guess I probably should too. Yeah, in fact, we'd only just gotten back up to that area anyway. Let me check one thing before I do so. This just seems a very, very fortuitous kind of path. If they didn't want me to go this way, they would have prevented this from trimming the entire building. Yeah, I mean, it gets me closer to all of the purples over there that I was asking for. Do I have the ability to silence my fall? Yeah, temporarily reduces fall damage and sound. Soft cotton. I'm gonna pop that. And then, whoop. Shh. Nobody talk. Got him. All right. Nobody speak. Nobody get choked. One's gonna dive down through that area, but yes, this is if I wanted to go down to the very, very bottom. I think even leads back into where the other imps were. That fog wall. But for the moment, if possible, I would like to head over this one. So the storm attacks are manifest both in the knights of this area as well as the exiles. Often in Souls games, like schools of magic. In fact, even as I was analyzing at the start of this episode, basically, after meeting Poke Turtle, schools of magic are evident of a long lineage of world building and history. So they're often used very importantly to tie things together in that fashion. Where's the nomadic cookbook number 10? Stormwing bow and arrow. Neat. Ah. Another passage down for us, should we need it. I'm not certain where they're going to put the next site of grace. Does feel like they're setting us up for a marathon, or have set us up previously for a marathon through this area. And I'll admit, I'm actually starting to run out of some flasks. There's a hole in the top of that that clearly drops through. I don't know, maybe that's the one I go for. There's so many paths out of here. Ooh. We get a wooden great shield, exile gauntlets from the assassin that attempted to spike us there. I'm just gonna make my way around here. 8 mushroom? That's a lot of mushies. Just gonna. Is that a chest there? What? Anyway, I'm just gonna Just make my way. I'm just gonna make my way. Oh, there's a sign of grace over here. I was gonna try and plunging attack that nerd. All right, what's this? I guess we'll attempt to do a plunging attack on that nerd at the start of the next episode. Until then, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Elden Ring. We are at the Liftside Chamber, here to end. Series playlist up in the top left. Down is YouTube's recommendation, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Thank you especially this episode to Willow. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.